The next corporate crisis won't come from the market. It won't come from the economy. It will come from inside the building. Because nobody trains the person who's supposed to stop it. The generation that was supposed to take the middle management, they are saying no. The pipeline is empty. And this is why right now, in a real world, we are starting down a leadership crisis that nobody in power wants to acknowledge. Hello guys, Millennium Griffin here, and today we need to talk about something that Mass Effect understood better than most leadership textbooks. Right now, middle management is the worst job in the corporate hierarchy. You carry all the accountability, none of the authority, and you are the scapegoat when things go wrong. And this is the reason why your company has a Shepard problem. The person holding everything together, the one everyone looks to when things go wrong, and nobody is ready to replace them. And when that person leaves, or burns out, or simply stops caring, you don't get a new leader. You get a big problem to solve. So let me be clear about what is happening right now. Younger professionals, and I'm talking about Gen Z and younger millennials, they are actively refusing management roles. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack ambition, but because they looked at what happened to the generation above them and they said, no, thank you. And honestly, can you blame them? The middle management role has been scratched so thin between accountability to the top and pressure from below that it barely resembles leadership anymore. It is like more crisis management with extra steps and no extra pay. In my opinion, this is the most underestimated problem in corporate structures today because companies look at their organization chart, they see positions filled, and they think, well, everything is fine. But they do not see the gap underneath. The people who should be developing into the next layer of leaders, they are not there. They left, or they stayed but stopped caring, or they never wanted the job in the first place. And this brings us to Mass Effect. Think about Commander Shepard. Throughout the trilogy, Shepard is not just a soldier, Shepard is a leadership force.
But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
People follow Shepard not because of rank, but because Shepard inspires confidence. And the game does something really clever. It shows you what happens when Shepard is removed. At the beginning of Mass Effect 2, Shepard dies, the Normandy is destroyed, the crew scatters, and the galaxy loses its central leader. And what is happening next? You have chaos. The Council denies the Reaper's threat. Cerberus steps into the power vacuum. And the people who relied on Shepard's leadership, they either give up or they improvise. Take Garrus. And here is the key thing about Garrus. After Shepard dies, Garrus goes to Omega and becomes Archangel. He tries to do what Shepard did. Fight the impossible fight, inspire people, and lead a team. And partially, well, he succeeds. But he also nearly gets killed. Because Garrus has the instinct, but not the training, not the mentorship, not the structured development that turns potential into actual leadership capability. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Garrus was the best case scenario. He was talented, motivated, and morally driven. Most organizations, they do not have such kind of employee waiting in the wings. They have someone who is competent at their job but has never been taught how to lead people. And there is a massive difference between being good at your job and being good at leading people who do your job. This is exactly what companies are doing right now. They take their best individual contributor, promote them to manager, and later they act surprised when they struggle because leadership is a separate skill set. Shepard did not just fight well, Shepard built teams, managed egos, made impossible decisions under pressure, and took responsibility for failures. And guys, before we go further, next week I will upload a video about the most effective strategy to survive toxic management, of course with the help of our beloved Mass Effect, so consider hit like and subscribe to not miss it. Now let's go back to the video. Let me connect this to what I've seen. I have to be honest here. In 11 years of corporate experience, including 6 years in management, I have watched this pattern repeat over and over. A strong leader leaves and the company scrambles. They either promote someone unprepared, which is the case of Garrus, or they hire externally, which brings its own problems. I still remember a situation where we did not have a team leader and the company promoted best performing employee, and I think you already know the result. Failed. Not because this was bad employee, but because this employee never developed for leadership. And this is the same pattern we see in Mass Effect. The Normandy's crew followed Shepard because of charisma, not structure. And when Shepard was gone, there was no system to replace that leadership. Right now, corporate structures are running on charisma, not structure. They rely heavily on individual heroics from middle managers who are burning out faster than they can be replaced, and the pipeline underneath them is empty. So, how to change this? What does Mass Effect teach us about fixing this? First of all, you need to develop leaders before you need them. Shepard did not wait for a crisis to build a team. Shepard recruited specialists, earned their loyalty, and gave them increasingly difficult responsibilities. That is literally what good leadership development looks like. You have gradual exposure to bigger challenges with support. Second, you need to accept that leadership means letting people fail safely. Garrus failed on Omega. That's true. However, that failure taught him more about leadership than any briefing could. By Mass Effect 3, Garrus has become one of the Turian military's top strategic advisors, coordinating fleet operations against the Reapers. Not because he is a natural born leader, but because he learned from failure under Shepard mentorship. And third, and this is the biggest one, and companies don't want to hear it, you have to make leadership roles worth wanting again. Right now, middle management is the worst job in the whole corporate hierarchy. You have all the accountability, none of the authority, and you are the scapegoat when things go wrong. Younger professionals see that and they make perfectly rational decision to stay away and stay as individual contributors. If companies want future Shepards, they need to stop treating middle managers like expendable shock troops. So, when the world does not revolve around you, your victories actually mean something. Shepard understood that. The best leaders understand that. But if we do not start building the next generation of leaders, if we keep pretending the pipeline will just fuel itself, then we are heading toward a future where every organization is your Omega, but even without Archangel. Just pure chaos waiting for someone to step up. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever been offered a management role and turned it down? Or have you been thrown into leadership without preparation? Let me know in the comments because I think this is a conversation that needs to happen more openly. Millennium Griffin out.